What's up, guys? Well, I've been excited to do this video for quite a while. Um, Waited up until the day before the fight, all right. After I placed my wagers, all right, because I wanted to lock in the odds. I definitely didn't want to play myself and give out my view of the fight or fights, and odds go down, and then I'm losing money, all right. Yes, got to be selfish at times, all right. Guys, let me quickly get the small stuff out the way, all right. I'm fully expecting Chantel Cameron to beat Katie Taylor yet again, all right. My impressions of the first fight was Chantel Cameron was too big, too skilled, too prime for Katie Taylor, all right. Katie Taylor couldn't move Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron basically planted herself in the middle of the ring and advanced on Katie Taylor. Anything that Katie Taylor did really did not affect Chantel Cameron, all right. Now, the only thing I don't like about this fight is Chantel Cameron has to go back to Ireland to beat Katie Taylor yet again. Surprisingly, she got the decision in the first fight. Hopefully, they will not rob her in the second fight, all right. I think it's going to be hard to, considering that she won the first fight and basically the whole world said she won the first fight, all right. Nobody was screaming robbery, all right. But guys, I have played Chantel Cameron on the money line, all right. And I parlayed that with my pick for the Benavidez Andrade fight, all right. So I need both things to come through for me to make a profit off the Taylor Cameron fight, all right. Or Cameron Taylor, I should say, all right. So that's the way I'm viewing that fight. Katie Taylor's 37 now. Chantel Cameron's 32. Chantel Cameron naturally bigger. She's my number 2 pound for pound women's fighter in the world behind Clarissa Shields. She's very technical. She's very skilled. And she's fighting with a chip on her shoulder because she feels that she should have had the homecoming. And Katie Taylor should have gone to her hometown, to try to win yet again. But the undisputed champ yet again has to go back to Ireland and beat Katie Taylor a second time. So she's wanted to make a statement in this fight. Eddie has openly said that she wants to knock out Katie Taylor, all right. So I wouldn't be surprised if she did. I'm not calling for it. I'm not playing it that way. Unfortunately, still only 2 minutes around in a 10-round fight, But yes, I'm definitely going with Chantel Cameron in the rematch, all right. Now, quickly, because the odds were so good and because Jamal Charlo physically does not look good, we know he's had mental issues. He's been out of the ring for like 30 months or something like that. I put a small wager on Jose Benavidez Jr. to beat Jamal Charlo, all right. It's a small play. If I lose it, no big deal. But if I win it, it'll be a nice profit, all right. The best line I'm seeing as I do this video, and I believe it's where I played it, is at Caesars, William Hill, at a plus 550, all right. I'm simply playing this, not because I think that Benavidez is better than Charlo or nothing like that. I'm playing this because Jamal Charlo has had the mental issues. He's been inactive. The brother just does not look good, all right. To be quite frank with you, the lady brother just stepped out of a crack house, all right. That's just how bad he looks to me, all right. So for those reasons, does he still want to do this? Is his heart into it? Is he just getting into it because he feels like he has to? Is he doing it just for the payday, all right? I'm playing against Jamal Charlo in this fight, all right. Now, to the serious matters at hand, guys. Guys, when this Benavidez Andrade fight was first announced, I'm like, you know what? I'm staying away from this fight. I'm not touching this fight. I'm going to watch it as a fan. I'm going to be on the sidelines, all right? I like both guys. I don't like to use the F word much, the fan word. I'm a cold-blooded gambler now. I don't want to be a fan of anybody, all right? So I don't want to say I'm a fan of anybody, but I like both guys, all right? I like to watch them fight. Nothing against either guy, anything like that, all right? But guys, initially, I said, you know what? All I'm going to play in this fight is the draw, all right? I played it like shortly after the fight was announced. FanDuel had to prop up. Truth be told, I got hosed, all right? They gave me a free bet. I used the free bet on the plus 1280 is what I got at the time, all right? That's kind of low for a draw, all right? Considering both of these guys are undefeated, if this fight goes to a decision, if it's controversial, would not surprise me if it was a draw. This is that kind of fight, all right, where you want to put something on the draw. All right, but as I do this video, the highest I am seeing the draw is a plus 2,000 on BetMGM, all right? I think pretty much everywhere else has plus 1,800. But, I went ahead and put a little extra money on a plus 2,000, all right? Just in case it goes to a decision and it is a draw, all right? But guys, as I thought about this fight, as I broke it down, to myself, asking myself questions, looking at these guys overall, what they bring to the table. Guys, I have placed a wager, multiple wagers, all right? But I have money on Andrade to beat Benavidez, all right? As I do this video, the highest that I am seeing it currently and overall since the line has been out, the highest that I am seeing it is a plus 335 at Caesars William Hill, all right? Last weekend, he was up to a plus 335. I planned on playing it. I waited around too long. Sunday, money came in. He went down to a plus 310, and then for most of the week, he was a plus 300, all right? But money came in either yesterday or day before, and he is back up to a plus 335. Money came in on Benavidez, and he's back up to a plus 335. I went ahead and locked it in, guys. I was kind of waiting to see if some of this, late Mexican money will come in, some casual money come in on Benavidez, the line get bigger, and it could. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to a plus 350 or a plus 400, if money comes in on Benavidez, but I decided not to wait. I decided to go ahead and lock in plus 335, because pretty much everywhere else has him, plus 300 or lower. I think pretty much everywhere is under plus 300, all right? But, guys, as I thought about this fight, I asked myself, who's the more experienced guy? That's Andrade by 4, all right? I said, who is the more dynamic fighter between the two? Now, by dynamic, I'm not talking about, exciting, coming forward, pressure, a lot of punches, power. I'm not talking about that. By dynamic, as I referred to in the Errol Spence-Terrence Crawford fight. Who's the guy that has more tools in his toolbox? Who's the guy that can beat you coming forward? He can beat you going backward. He's technical. He's diverse, he's fast, he has a decent punch. All these different things, man. Who's more dynamic? Guys, in my opinion, that's easily Andrade, all right? Benavidez is known for, coming forward, applying pressure, going for the knockout, nice hand speed, nice power, but Andrade is the southpaw. He's the guy that can beat you on the back foot, all night. He can beat you in the pocket. He can beat you coming forward. He has the punch to knock you down. He has the experience. He has the amateur pedigree, all right, the overall experience advantage. He's the more technical guy, in my opinion. Better footwork. Probably better defensively also, So when I really broke it down, I'm like, this is very much Andrade, and at the odds that they are given, it's a must play for me, all right? Also, as I did more research, I asked myself, I said, you know what? How many southpaws has David Benavidez fought? How many high-level technical southpaws has he faced? All right. To date, the best guy on his resume is Caleb Plant. All right. Caleb Plant, a boxer, a guy that's, in and out on the back foot, hard to hit. But Caleb Plant is not a southpaw, and he is not the fighter or boxer that Demetrius Andrade is, in my opinion. Yes, I rate Demetrius Andrade over Caleb Plant. Was Caleb Plant an Olympian? Did he have the amateur background that Demetrius Andrade does? I didn't look up his record. But does he have that? Is he a multi-division world champion? No, he's not. Does he have the number of fights Andrade has? No, he's not. The number of years? No, he does not. All right. So I rank Demetrius Andrade over Caleb Plant. All right. But guys, I looked through Dave Benavidez's resume. All right. Looked at every fighter on his resume. Guys, you may be shocked to know that he has only fought one southpaw in his career. One southpaw, and that was Mama's boy, all right? What's the guy's name? Dennis Douglin, I believe. That's how you say his name. That's the only southpaw that he has fought, and I think that was back in 2016, all right? You only fought one southpaw in your career, and you're going in against one of the best southpaws in the world, a long-time champion, multi-weight world champion, a guy, like I said, is dynamic, that can beat you in many ways, who has the experience advantage over you. You only fought one southpaw, and you fighting this guy? For that fact alone, for all those things I just said, Demetrius Andrade should win this fight. This is his fight to win. He should be embarrassed if he don't win this fight, all right? People been hung up on, size and power and pressure, blah, blah, blah. I thought to myself, you know what? Do I really see Demetrius Andrade just kind of like getting blown out, like, somebody coming at him with pressure and swinging a lot of punches, and, is that the way to beat Demetrius Andrade? Guys, there are fighters out there that feast on you coming toward them. That feast on you coming forward, bringing pressure, and I view Demetrius Andrade as being one of those guys. How many guys during his career, during his, he's been a pro since 2008, all right? During his 15-year career, how many guys have, been trying to bring pressure to Demetrius Andrade, man? And it has not worked, all right? In my opinion, since I've been watching Demetrius Andrade, his only kryptonite, and again, this is my opinion, guys, and I will not claim to have seen every Andrade fighter, be an expert on Andrade, all right? But from what I have seen of him, his kryptonite is smaller guys, all right? Smaller guys is Demetrius Andrade's kryptonite, all right? I saw Jack Koke, of all people, yes, Jack Koke, who should be respected. He was a world champion, all right? Jack Koke gave Demetrius Andrade his toughest fight as a pro, from what I've seen, all right? The Martirosyan fight was so long ago. If I did see that fight from beginning to end, I don't remember, all right? I know there was a official split decision victory for Andrade. But from what I saw, all right, Jack Koke is 5'7". I think Andrade's like 6 feet, 6'1". He gave Andrade fists, all right. Andrade was having problems finding him, all right. Now, and I only had him winning that fight by 1 point, okay? Now, having said that, from what I see, all right, I think Demetrius Andrade thrives off fighting guys that are bigger than him, all right? Willie Nelson was a guy that was taller than Demetrius Andrade, appeared to be bigger. I watched that fight live. I was blown away by what Andrade did to Willie Nelson at the time, all right? Willie Nelson was the bigger guy. He was coming forward. Andrade was on the back foot for the majority of that fight. He knocked Willie Nelson down multiple times and stopped him, all right? The Alantez Fox fight, they said Fox was like a 6'5" middleweight, all right? That was his first fight at middleweight. Demetrius Andrade feasted on him, all right? Hurt him at the beginning of that fight. I don't think he knocked him down. but he had him on wobbly legs at the beginning of that fight. All right, guys. So who else was it that was a large target? Walter Katondakwa. All right, I think that's how you say the guy's name. All right. He was, I think his box rate says he's 6'2", but I think he's a lot bigger than 6'2", man. I think he's another 6'5" guy that because he was a lot taller than Andrade, man. And there was another whitewashing, all right, against a bigger guy, all right. Knocked him down multiple times. A guy who, we don't view him as being a world beater. People laughed at the time at, who he was, but he was a bigger guy. Andrade was coming up from 54 to 60. He was a bigger guy who had a big punch, all right, who was tall as hell, strong as hell, all right. Knocked out, a lot of the guys that he had faced, all right, in his career. So, he feasted on him, another big guy, all right. Then he went his first fight at 68. He fought Damon Nicholson, all right, a guy who, was a 68 pounder, all right. In his first fight, he dropped Nicholson, all right. Andrade has been saying, like how pretty much everybody he gets in the ring with, he drops. I went through his resume, looked at footage, and I counted his last 8 fights because that's when he started at middleweight, all right. Going back to when he started as middleweight, all right. And of course, his last fight was at 68. Guys, in his last 8 fights, he has dropped 6 of his last 8 opponents, all right. He has scored a knockdown on 6 of his last 8 opponents, all right. The only 2 guys he didn't drop, I believe, were Akavov and Fox, all right. Even though he had Fox hurt at the beginning of that fight. I also noticed during my film study that Demetrius Andrade is a fast starter, man. As soon as the fight starts, he will come to the middle of the ring and he will swing hard on you and try to hurt you, catch you off guard, all right? He dropped, I think it was Luke Healy he dropped like 5 seconds to the fight, all right? Like I said, he hurt Fox like 5 seconds to the fight. And there were other guys that he came out fast on. I think pretty much everybody else I was seeing, all right? So that's something to look out for, and I decided to play, small wages on the big props, the big specials. Benavidez going down early in this fight, all right. Which all the prop specials that I played, I have put on the community page, all right. They're very wordy. I can't remember all the details, but they are big odds, big props. Small money, if any one of them hit, will win you a nice chunk of change, all right? But, yes, Andrade does start fast. I will not be shocked at all if he dropped Dave Benavidez, with the way Benavidez walks in with his hands down, with his feet squared up, in the knockdown against Gavril at the end of that fight that he had with him, all right? He walked in, squared up, hands down, boom, he got hit with a left hook and he went down, all right? Demetrius Andrade has a punch that should be respected, guys. Andre Rozier, his trainer, has said it also. I know, of course, he's going to talk him up, but, the proof is out there. He really does drop guys. He may not get a lot of stoppages, but he has the punch and the ability to stop you, all right? Or to drop you, I'm sorry, all right? And if Benavidez comes walking in, if he's, careless, if he's underestimating his punch, which I believe he is, all right? He said in an interview with ppv.com, it's on YouTube, I think it's like 2 minutes and 32 seconds, all right? He said that, he was talking about Damon Nicholson got dropped 4 times by Edgar Berlanga. I'm not high on Berlanga, but, Andrade only dropped him 1 time and he couldn't really hurt him. So it's like he's not even concerned about Andrade's punch or power. I think that's a big mistake, guys. He should be looking at Andrade saying, you know what? In his first fight at 68, he got a knockdown against a guy. He's punching the hardest of his career because he's not cutting so much weight. He's cutting less weight. So he's punching harder now. He should be saying, I'm expecting Andrade to be the best Demetrius Andrade, the hardest hitting of his career. I'm not underestimating him in no way. That's what Dave Benavidez should be saying. He should not be saying, oh man, you know what, he only dropped him one time and he could really hurt him. I think he might be a bit shocked at the punch Andrade has, especially if he catches him off guard, whether it be mentally off guard, whether his feet are squared up, walking in, all that, all right. I don't see Demetrius Andrade, standing in front of Benavidez for him to be throwing those flurries, to be against the ropes, to be, all those flurries coming at him and all that. I don't see Demetrius Andrade fighting that fight. I think he will use defense and spacing, but I also would not be shocked or surprised if he stepped to Benavidez to show him that, I'm not afraid of you, that, I can stand in the pocket with you, I can hurt you, I can drop you. It would not surprise me at all if Andrade is in the middle of the ring or in the pocket with Dave Benavidez, man. Demetrius Andrade has pointed out that, Dave Benavidez really is not a one-punch KO guy. And really that's true if you really think about it. While he is fast-handed, heavy-handed, what's the fight where he just like one-punch slipped the guy? It usually was like an accumulation of landing, heavy shots, damaging the guy, knocking him down multiple times, things like that, all right? That's how Dave Benavidez gets these stoppages, and hurts and busts up guys, all right? It's not like, one-punch sleeping guys, all right? So, that was something interesting that Andrade pointed out. He also was, of course, expecting, the guy to simply come forward, and he's proven that he knows how to handle guys that come forward on him, all right? A big target coming forward. He feasts on larger guys, larger bodies, all right? And he, like he said, he's seen, many styles over all his years of boxing, amateur and pro, so I don't think David Benavidez is bringing something to the table that Andrade hasn't seen before. He's been in with larger guys, stronger guys, guys with fast hands, all that shit, all right? On the other hand, David Benavidez has not been in with somebody like Andrade. He has not had much southpaw experience. He has not faced a boxing technician like this guy, all right? A guy with this level of experience, all right? Guys, this could be a huge mistake by Team Benavidez to pick Demetrius Andrade, man, thinking they can just blow him out because he, a smaller guy coming up because he older, whatever, all right? Thinking that size and power can overcome anything, all right? They could be in for a big shock here, guys. So, I think Dave Benavidez is underestimating him a little bit. I watched a video this morning with his dad saying, they've been sparring a former Olympian from Colombia named, I think his name is Juan Carlos Carrillo, I believe is his name. A light heavyweight southpaw, all right. I watched footage of the guy. He is definitely slower than Demetrius Andrade. I see some similarities, but he is, in my opinion, a C version of Demetrius Andrade, all right. They've been sparring, larger guys. They actually brought Mama's Boy, the guy that he had already fought, so while he was a southpaw in camp for a little while, it wasn't something he hadn't seen before, all right? That was a southpaw that he was familiar with, all right? So I really don't see that being a win for him, all right? And plus, apparently he didn't stay throughout the camp, so he probably was not bringing much to the table, and he probably got dismissed, all right? That's my opinion. I don't know that for a fact, all right? They brought in the Olympian guy. They say he was sparring some other guy named Clarence, and then he was sparring his brother and some other guys. So he was sparring some Orthodox guys too. I don't see where that's going to help him out. But he was sparring larger guys. He was sparring, I know for sure, at least one southpaw in Carrillo. All right. I don't think it's going to be to his benefit, guys. Andrade, smaller guy than Carrillo and faster handed, better technically, all that, so, it may help him a little bit, but, then there was a video, images of him having a black eye, from, just a few weeks ago. All right. So he got a black eye and spawn product from maybe this Carrillo guy, a southpaw. All right. So, guys, I would not be surprised if Dave Benavidez goes down. I would not be surprised if he got outboxed. Hell, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he got stopped. All right. I'm not calling for that. I'm not expecting that, but I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. All right. I would not be shocked if both guys hit the canvas. All right. And I have placed wagers, to cover that. All right. FanDuel giving an incredible plus 770 on Dave Benavidez to get simply dropped at any point in this fight. I think that's too high. I think Demetrius Andrade is being disrespected, man. I think he has the ability to punch, the know-how, the savvy, the smarts to drop Dave Benavidez, all right? So I think that's a great line. I've also placed, like I said, other props and specials. I posted on the community tab for you to see, all right, that you might want to look at, all right, between FanDuel and DraftKings, guys. So, really, I think that's it. This video is going long. I figured it would. There was a lot that I wanted to say and cover in my breakdown of this fight. But, I am expecting Demetrius Andrade to win this fight. This is his fight to win. This guy's, lesser experienced. Not a lot of experience with southpaws at all. Andrade, the more dynamic fighter, more ways he can win. Andrade is tough. He does not get hit flush often. When have we really seen him really hurt in a fight? He's been dropped, but did he get right up, or was he like getting up wobbly all over the ring, having to hold on to survive, all that kind of shit? No, all right, it was not like that. So, I just don't see Dave Benavidez simply being able to come forward and blow him away with pressure and power and hand speed and all that kind of shit. It's going to take more than that. And if he has to go to a plan B or plan C, it may not look too good, all right? Because I don't know. I mean, all I've seen him basically do is come forward with guys, pressure, going for the knockout, all right? If he has to all of a sudden try to box with Andrade or try to have a back foot game with Andrade, I think it could be a disaster, guys, if his plan A is not working out, all right? Yet another reason why I'm going with Andrade in this fight, all right? So, guys, I think that's it. The only scary thing for me, with this being a PBC/TGB/Samson boxing show, all right? Benavidez is the longer fighter with those guys. He's a Samson boxing guy. Samson is the promoter of this event, one of the promoters. If this fight goes to a decision, could Andrade get robbed in this fight? All right. There's a lot of money to be made with Benavidez and being Mexican, promoting his fights, getting the Mexican crowd, selling a lot of tickets and pay-per-views. If this fight goes to a decision, will boxing rob Demetrius Andrade? All right. That is a concern. All right. I think and hope Andrade will be aware of that, him and his dad, his team, and that he will look for a very dominant victory, possibly get a knockdown or two in this fight, all right? By the way, a prop that I really love for this fight, FanDuel giving a plus 15,000, I believe, all right? It's plus 12,000 or plus 15,000, I forget the line, but one or the other, all right? They are giving, if Dave Benavidez hits the deck twice in this fight, at least twice, you can get, a plus 15 or plus 12,000, whatever it is, all right, on that prop. DraftKings only giving plus 4,000, all right? So that's a great line. I posted all those on the community tab, guys. So you can check it out for yourself to see what, what might work out for you. But I posted those plays. Again, I played the draw in the fight. So there are opportunities here in this fight, guys, especially if Andrade has a great performance. So really, I think that's it. It's a long video for me, a long breakdown. But you know, I'm seeing potential upset, you know, from a very dominant fighter, a guy who's, you know, seen a lot, done a lot, the more experienced guy, the slick southpaw, which Benavidez is not used to. You know, it's gonna be a great opportunity, guys. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Good luck to you if you placing the wagers this weekend. I hope to be in the money this weekend and post some winning bet slips. Let me know what you guys think. Enjoy the fights, and I will check in with you guys after the fights. Thanks for watching.